Hiya, I'm Tori and I'll take you through the practice today. What I'd suggest is grabbing a block, one of these blocks. If you don't have one, maybe a dictionary or an Amazon box or something that's kind of like lightweight that you can move around the mat, but you can also put some weight into it, into some poses. And I'd also suggest maybe a strap of some sort, depending on your flexibility. It's also quite good just to kind of pull yourself in and out of poses. So it's always handy to have these props placed around the mat, ready to use. So as I start all my practices, it's just a matter of finding ourselves, giving ourselves a moment, a couple of minutes just to arrive on the mat. So what we do is you're coming into a comfortable seated position, whether that's cross-legged, kneeling. Again, if you want to, just placing your hips onto a block and just giving yourself a bit of height, just to give yourself a bit of space in towards the hips. And we're just going to come into that comfortable seat. So whether that's wherever you are, we're just literally feeling the sitting bones on the ground or on the heels. And we're just giving us a couple of minutes just to arrive on the mat. So as we arrive onto the mat, knowing that the next 45 minutes to an hour is going to be our time, it's going to give us space from our day, from our to-do lists, from anything that we've got buzzing around our heads. And just knowing that this is our time. What happens on the mat stays on the mat. So it doesn't matter about what you look like, it's about how you feel when you work through the practice. So as always, I cue maybe closing down the eyes or taking the gaze down towards the mat in front. And just taking the gaze soft, just feeling a little bit of space in towards the body. And just taking a moment to scan the body. So if you've been at work or been running around the family, doing whatever it is we do, maybe we just want to just see how we're feeling. You might feel tight and tense around the shoulders. It might feel that we need to just kind of give them a bit of a shake. Maybe a deep breath, fluttering the lips. Let's do another one of those, taking a lovely big inhale, fluttering the lips. Just feeling how we feel, physically, both mentally and emotionally, and then we work through the practice based on that. So if we're feeling physically strong today, then coming through all the poses. If we're feeling less strong, then knowing that we might only want to come into a few, and that's totally fine. Wherever you are, all I do invite you is to work with the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and that's just kind of how we start to create that rhythm in the breath. And it starts to help us kind of get into a space where we're starting to zone out the outside, we're starting to focus in on the inside. It only comes through practice. So again, just kind of coming into that comfortable seat, and this time we're just going to work in towards the neck. So just giving ourselves just a little bit of a shake from side to side. And then slowly we're going to take the gaze over towards the right hand side. On the exhale, we're going to take the gaze over towards the left. Inhaling as we come over towards the right. Exhaling left. Inhaling right. One more lovely deep exhale, coming over towards the left. This time we're taking the chin up towards the sky, we're arming in towards the throat, over to the right. So again, looking up towards the sky, feeling a stretch in towards the front of the body, over to the left. Two more, taking the gaze up towards the right. Taking the chin down, last one, lifting up. Feeling that stretch as we come over towards the left. This time we're going to take the gaze down towards the ground. We're opening in towards the back of the body, back of the neck. Taking the gaze back down towards the ground, coming over towards the left. Taking a lovely big inhale, coming over towards the right. Exhaling as we come over towards the left. And then slowly we're coming back into center. We're going to clasp the hands. We're going to take the hands up towards the sky. So we're finding those side ribs. Find that space in between the rib cage, maybe deeper down and towards the waist. Wherever you are, we're keeping the sitting bones down towards the ground. We're finding that grounding space. And then slowly we're going to release the right hand down towards the ground. We're going to inhale, lifting up, reaching through the fingertips. Exhaling, we bend in towards that elbow. We find that stretch through the side body. We take a lovely big inhale into the chest. Exhaling, maybe we want to go a little bit deeper. Maybe we're reaching a little bit further with the fingertips. We're going to inhale as we reach up towards the sky, finding length. Exhaling as we slowly take the left hand down towards the ground. We inhale with the right. We bend in towards that left elbow. We come over towards the left. So we take a lovely big inhale, filling the body with breath. Exhaling as we bend in towards that elbow. We're reaching further, finding that stretch. We inhale as we lift up towards the sky. We clasp the hands. Again, we're finding those side ribs, giving ourselves a little bit of a shake from side to side. We're going to slowly take the hands towards the back of the head. And we're just going to melt the elbows down towards the ground in front. So we're finding a stretch in towards the back of the neck. We're taking a lovely big inhale, opening the chest. Taking the hands, taking the head in towards the hands. So we're pushing deeply, opening the heart. Exhaling as we slowly take those elbows down next to the ears. So again, we're breathing towards the back of the body, finding a stretch. Inhaling as we take the elbows out wide. We're breathing into the heart. And then slowly releasing. We're going to come into a twist. So we're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand comes behind us or towards the back of the body. Left hand comes towards the left leg. We take a lovely big inhale, finding length in the spine. Exhaling as we twist. Taking another lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to twist. We're going to inhale as we reach up towards the sky, finding space. Exhaling as we take that left hand down towards the ground behind us, right hand towards the legs. So we inhale to find length. Exhaling as we twist and we gaze over that left shoulder. Taking a lovely big inhale, coming to center. Exhaling as we take that gaze over that shoulder, we find that twist. We slowly inhale, coming back in center, reaching up towards the sky. And then exhaling, we're going to bring the hands down next to us and we're going to find our tabletop. So when we're in our tabletop, the hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are directly below the hips. We're working with a cat-cow, so we're going to slowly start arching through the back. Doesn't matter how deep we come to. We're going to take a lovely big inhale. We drop the belly towards the ground. We look towards the front of the room. As we exhale, we tuck the tummy in towards the spine and we dome out through the back. Inhaling as we drop the belly, looking towards the front of the room. Exhaling, tucking the tummy in towards the spine, we dome out through the back. Inhaling as we drop the belly, looking towards the front. Exhaling, tucking that tummy in towards the spine, we dome out through the back. So just working with a couple of rounds in your own time, just feeling the body and the breath. For me, yoga is all about making that connection. So it doesn't matter how fast we go, it doesn't matter how slow we go, we're making that connection. And then slowly we're just coming back in towards our tabletop. We're giving ourselves a little bit of a sway from side to side, releasing out through the body. And then we're going to slowly take our left foot towards the back of the room. We're pushing through, we're finding a stretch. Perfect. We're going to bend in towards that knee, finding a stretch in towards the toes. So it doesn't matter where we come to. We're going to slowly exhale. We're pushing through the heel. We're finding that stretch. We're going to slowly lift that foot up towards the back of the room. We're pushing through the heel. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking one more lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we're going to slowly release that knee down towards the ground. We give ourselves a little bit of a sway, releasing through the spine. And then slowly we're taking that right foot towards the back of the room. We're pushing to the heel, we're finding that stretch. We're going to slowly bend in towards that knee as we find that stretch in towards the toes. We exhale as we push the heel out towards the back of the room. We find that stretch. If we're comfortable here, we're going to slowly lift that heel out towards the back. We find that we're engaging in towards the glutes and we're pushing through the heel towards the back of the room. We're trying to keep the back as flat as possible. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale, we release back down towards the ground. We give ourselves a little bit of a sway from side to side. We're going to tuck the toes under, we're going to push through the heels, we're going to find our downward facing dog. So just walking the dog in any way that you feel that you need to. So we're just nodding the head yes or no, giving ourselves a little bit of a shake. We're walking the dog, so we just take a heel off at a time, we just walk through, listening to my squeaky mat as we go. Sounds like I've got ducks in the class. And then slowly, if you want to, taking the heels to one side, bending into the legs. Taking the heels over to the other side, so we find that deep stretch through the side body. We take a lovely big inhale as we come back in center. We release ourselves, hips up towards the sky. We're gazing towards the knees. And then slowly we're going to walk the feet up towards the front of the mat. So we're going to find our forward fold. We're going to hold either elbow in our forward fold. So we're finding our ragdoll. We're going to bend the knees as much as we need to and we sway from side to side. Releasing out through the neck, through the vertebrae. We're going to ground down to the feet. We're going to slowly lift ourselves all the way up into standing, so we lengthen into the legs. We start to lengthen in towards the spine. We roll the shoulders back when we get to the top, palms face forward. We're in our Tadasana, so we take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking another lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to slowly inhale, taking the arms wide. As we reach up towards the sky, we clasp the hands. We slowly bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And then we're going to release back down in towards our Tadasana. We're working with the breath. So we're going to inhale, arms come wide, reaching high. Exhaling, slowly bring that prayer back down and towards the center line, into the heart. One more round. We inhale as we open the heart. We gaze towards the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling, we bring the hands back down. We're going to slowly start working into the forward fold. We inhale, the arms up. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. We start to fold forward. Coming in towards that forward fold, we bend the knees as much as we need to. We're going to inhale up halfway, hands to shins. We lengthen through the spine. Exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. We're going to do one more round. We inhale, arms come wide, reaching high towards the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling as we bend at the knees, we start to fold into that forward fold. We inhale up halfway, lengthening through. Exhaling, bending into the knees, back to that forward fold. We slowly ground down as the arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. We release ourselves into our Tadasana, palms face forward. We're back into that standing, back into that Tadasana. Feet are either hip width apart or our toes touching. We're going to come into our first round of sun salutes. So we're going to inhale the arms out towards the sky. We breathe in. Exhaling, hands down through the center line as we fold forward. We inhale as we up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, hands come down as we slowly step back in towards our high plank. We're working through the heels towards the back of the room. We lower the knees, we lower the chest all the way down to the ground. We release the toes, we roll the shoulders into our cobra. Exhaling as we tuck the toes under, we slowly lift ourselves into our tabletop, and then we push through the heels and we find our downward facing dog. We take 2 lovely deep inhales here, lovely deep exhales. Doesn't matter where you come to, if you want to hold into your tabletop, feel free to do so. We take 1 more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale onto our tiptoes. We bend into the knees as we look towards the hands. We slowly step up towards the front of the mat. We inhale up halfway, exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet. We take the arms out wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. We're going to do 2 more rounds. So we inhale, arms come wide, breathing high, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling as we fold the hips towards that forward fold. We inhale up halfway. Exhaling, hands come down as we step back into a high plank. We're pushing through the heels towards the back of the room, knees come down, elbows in tight, we lower all the way down to the ground. We release the toes, we roll the shoulders into our cobra. Exhaling as we tuck the toes under, we lift the hips up and we're into a downward facing dog. So in our downward dog, we want to make sure the hands are open like stars. We're grounding down through the finger pads and through the knuckles. We're working the heels down towards the ground and we're opening the sitting bones up towards the sky. We're taking another lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. We inhale onto our tiptoes, we bend into the knees looking towards the hands, we slowly step up towards the front of the mat. We inhale up halfway, exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, we gaze to the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. Last round, we inhale, arms come wide, reaching high towards the sky. Exhaling as we fold down through the center line. We inhale up halfway, hands to shins as we lengthen through. Exhaling, hands come down as we step back into that high plank. Working through knees and chest all the way down to the ground. We release the toes, we roll the shoulders into our cobra. And then we exhale, we tuck the toes under, we lift the hips up and we're into that downward facing dog. We're feeling that space through the back of the body, through the neck. And again, if you need to, in your downward dog, we bend the knees as much as we want to. We want to have equal weight in towards the hands and the feet. We're taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to inhale onto our tiptoes, looking towards the hands. We're going to bend into the knees and slowly step up towards the front of the mat. We inhale up halfway, exhaling to fold. We ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky, gazing high. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. And we're releasing back. Palms face forward, we're back into that Tadasana. Taking a lovely big inhale. We're going to open the mouth and we're going to side out. Taking another lovely big inhale. We're going to open the mouth and we're going to sigh it out. We're going to slowly bend into the knees and we're going to sweep the hands up. We're going to find our chair pose. So it doesn't matter how deep we come to in our practice. We want to bend in the knees and hands come up towards the sky. Palms are facing each other. We're taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling to fold. We're doing one round of sun A's, sun B's. So we inhale up halfway. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We step back in towards our high plank. We work through knees and chest all the way down to the ground. We release the toes, we roll the shoulders into our cobra. Exhaling as we slowly bring ourselves back down. We tuck the toes, we lift the hips into our downward facing dog. We're going to slowly inhale the right foot up towards the sky, pointing the toe. Exhaling as we step between the hands. We're going to find our warrior one. So we're going to put the right foot down in the hands. Left foot's at a 45-degree angle or parallel towards the back of the mat. We want to work with squaring the hips, squaring the chest towards the front of the room. So it might be that we take our foot over to the right side. We sweep the hands up towards the sky as we breathe into the heart. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. We're going to inhale, reaching through the hands. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground. We're stepping back in towards that high plank. We work through knees and chest all the way down to the ground. We release the toes. We roll the shoulders into our cobra. Exhaling, tucking toes, lifting hips into downward facing dog. So we're back in towards that space, finding it in between the shoulders. We inhale the left foot up towards the sky, pointing the toe. Exhaling as we step between the hands, we're back into that warrior one on the left hand side. So we place the weight into that left foot. The heel comes down at the back of the mat, 45-degree or parallel to the back of the mat. We square the hips, we square the shoulders. We inhale as we lift the hands up towards the sky. We're breathing into the heart. We take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, hands come down towards the ground as we step back into that high plank. Working through knees and chest all the way down to the ground. We release the toes, we roll the shoulders into our cobra. Exhaling, tucking toes, lifting hips into downward facing dog. So we're finding that space, grounding to the hands and the feet. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly inhale the right foot up towards the sky, pointing the toe. Exhaling as we step between the hands. We're going to find ourselves into our warrior two, so we're going to ground down through the back foot. We're bending in towards that front knee, taking the heel so it's in line with the back foot and the hands come parallel towards the ground. We're gazing towards that right middle finger. We want to make sure we've got space in the shoulders and the ears, keeping that focus. We're still breathing in and out of the nose. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to inhale, lengthening through the front leg. We're going to reach towards the front of the room. Right hand comes down, left hand goes high. If you want to, maybe using a block into the practice, placing the hand on the block as we lift the left hand high. We're working to find a stretch on the inside of the thigh and a little twist through the spine. We're gazing towards the top fingers if we can, or we're looking towards the front of the room. Whatever's more comfortable for you. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly inhale, lifting ourselves back up into center. We're going to bend in towards that front leg and back into our warrior two. On our next exhale, we take the right elbow to our right knee, left hand reaches up and over. We're finding a lovely deep stretch through the side body from the fingertips all the way down to the toes. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly inhale, lifting ourselves all the way back into our warrior two. We're going to cartwheel the hands down towards the ground. We step back into our high plank. Option to skip the vinyasa and come in towards our downward facing dog. Or if you want to, you can come down towards your knees and chest, all the way down to the ground. We release the shoulders, we release the toes, we inhale into the heart. Exhaling as we lower down. We tuck the toes under, we lift ourselves up. And we're back in towards that downward facing dog. So wherever you are, if you're in your tabletop or downward facing dog, we're meeting in our down dog. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale the left foot up towards the sky, pointing the toe. On the exhale, we step between the hands. We're going to slowly ground down through that back foot. We're in towards our warrior two on the left hand side. So we're bending in towards that left leg. Hands come parallel towards the ground and we're gazing towards that left middle finger. Feeling that space in the body, feeling that openness into the heart. Keeping that focus and working with the breath. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to inhale, lengthening through the front leg. We're going to reach towards the front of the room. Left hand comes down, right hand goes high. We're back in towards that triangle pose. So again, if we need to, if we want to find stability in the pose, we can use the block. Placing the hand down, we lift the right hand up towards the sky. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're slowly going to take the gaze down towards the ground. We're going to bend in towards that left leg. We're lifting ourselves back in towards that warrior two. On the next exhale, left elbow to our left knee, right hand reaches up and over. We're reaching towards the front of the room. We're pushing through the heel at the back. We're finding a lovely deep stretch through the side ribs, through the fingertips down to the heel. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. We're going to ground down to that left foot. We lift ourselves up. We bend in towards that left leg. We cartwheel the hands down and we're stepping back into that high plank. Option if you want to, coming into your downward facing dog. Or if you're coming through the vinyasa, we're lowering the knees, we're lowering the chest all the way down to the ground. We're releasing the toes, releasing the shoulders as we inhale into cobra. Exhaling to fold. We're going to release the toes, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up. We're into our downward facing dog. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. We're going to slowly inhale onto our tiptoes. We're looking towards the hands and we're going to slowly step towards the front of the mat. We're going to inhale up halfway. Exhaling to fold. We're going to ground down to the feet, arms come wide, reaching up towards the sky. We're gazing towards the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. Finding that Tadasana at the front of the mat. We're going to slowly take a big step out with our left foot towards the back of the mat. So we're coming in towards a wide leg forward fold. We have the heels on the outside, toes pointing on the inside. If it's too much for you with the ankles, we have the feet, they're parallel towards the sides of the mat. We take the hands towards the hips, elbows towards the back of the body. We take a lovely big inhale, finding length in the spine, exhaling as we fold at the hips, coming to wherever's comfortable for you. It might be that you need to take a block and just resting the hands onto the block for a bit of stability. Otherwise, it might be that you take the hands down towards the ground. So whatever's comfortable for you in your body, in your practice. We want to have the hands underneath the shoulders. If they're on a block, it might mean that their hands are more central. It doesn't matter where we are. We're working with a straight spine, flat back. We're going to take the left hand underneath the face. We're going to take the right hand up towards the sky, so we're coming into a twist. We're gazing towards that right thumb. We're breathing in towards the front of the heart at the collarbones. Taking a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale as we reach up. Exhale, and slowly take that right hand down towards the ground. Just giving ourselves a movement into the shoulders just to relax. We're going to ground down to that right hand. We lift the left hand up towards the sky. Again, it doesn't matter where we come to, we're just working in towards the twist. It's easier to find the twist in the spine if we have it flat. We're taking the gaze towards that left big thumb. Exhaling, we're going to slowly take that hands back down towards the ground. We're going to bend into the knees, hands come towards the hips. We tuck the chin in. As we ground down through the feet, we slowly lift ourselves all the way up into standing. We find ourselves here, we roll the shoulders back, palms facing forward. We're going to slowly clasp the hands behind us. So we're taking the hands behind us, we're coming into another forward fold. So the feet again are staying where they are. We clasp the hands behind us, we breathe into the heart. We take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling, we fold at the hips, coming into that lovely deep forward fold once more. It doesn't matter where we come to, we want to start to lift the hands up behind us. It might be that we're here. If we go deeper and we're able to take the gaze towards the back of the room, we take the hands up and over. So it doesn't matter where you come to, it's your body, it's your practice. Everyone's different and we're different from day to day. Taking a lovely big inhale here. And exhale. Taking one more lovely big inhale. As we exhale this time, we're going to bend in towards the knees. We tuck the chin in and we use our hands as if we're being pulled all the way back up into standing. We release the hands. Shoulders rolling down the back. We're going to take the right toes towards the front of the room. We bend in towards the leg as we find ourselves standing at the front. Releasing into that Tadasana, palms facing forward. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. Taking one more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to slowly bend into the knees as we sweep the hands up. We're coming back into that chair pose. We're reaching through the fingertips. Doesn't matter how deep we come to. Doesn't matter how high the hands lift. We're working into the glutes and we're working into opening the heart. On the exhale, we're going to slowly bend the knees. We're sweeping the hands up behind us and we're clasping the hands. So again, doesn't matter where we come to, we're bending into the legs. We release the gaze towards the back of the room, finding space in the neck. If you want to, we lengthen into the legs, we lengthen into the arms. Taking a lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, we slowly bend in towards the knees. We inhale as we sweep the hands back up towards the sky. We're back into that chair pose. We're reaching up, using those glutes. We take a lovely big inhale. And exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. Exhaling, coming into that sweep as we take the hands out towards the back of the room above the body. Again, if you need to in this pose, feel free to use the strap to hold the hands. We're using straps and props just to help the body get into a space that we're not necessarily used to being into. We take a lovely big inhale here. Lovely deep exhale. We're going to slowly release the hands. Releasing them down towards the ground. We're bending into the knees and we're going to slowly step back in towards that downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up towards the sky. We're going to slowly inhale onto our tiptoes. Exhaling, we're going to bring the knees down towards the ground and we're just going to open into the heart. We're taking the hands towards the front of the mat and we slowly take the forehead down towards the ground. We want to make sure that our hips are directly above the knees. If you want to, taking your forehead down towards a block, just give yourself a bit of space. If you want to go deeper, forehead comes down. And if you want to go deeper still, we're taking the chin down and we're looking towards the front of the room. So whichever variation you're coming into, we take a lovely big inhale and exhale. One last lovely big inhale. Exhale, we're slowly walking the hands back in towards us under the shoulders. We tuck the toes under, we push through the heels and we're into that downward facing dog. We walk the hands towards the back of the mat and we're in towards that forward fold. So we're going to hold either elbow, releasing through the back of the body. We ground down to the feet, we take the arms out wide and we reach up towards the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhaling, hands down through the center line. And we're back into that Tadasana at the back of the mat. We're coming in towards our balancing poses, so we're going to take our weight in towards our right foot. Taking the left toes out towards the sides, we bring the hands towards the hips or into prayer. We keep the gaze on a non-moving point. We're going to slowly just bring that knee out towards the side and we bring the ankle in. So we're slowly just dragging the foot on the floor. We're finding our balance, keeping the hips open. So whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to slowly, if you want to, if you're comfortable with the balance, taking the foot towards the inner calf. If you're comfortable here and you want to take the foot towards the inner thigh, then you can. We're working with the counter force of pushing the foot in towards the knee, in towards the thigh, so whatever's comfortable for you. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. We're going to slowly release that left toe out towards the sides. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of shake, releasing through the body, through the hands. Doesn't matter if we wobble, palm trees wobble, so that's totally fine. We're grounding down to the left foot. Right toes out towards the sides. Again, hands into prayer or towards the hips. We slowly rotate the leg so we have the heel coming inwards, knee going outwards. We drag the toes along the ground, coming in towards the ankle. We take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling as we slowly, if you're comfortable, we take the foot towards the inner calf or inner thigh. Again, we're keeping that balance. By keeping the gaze on a non-moving point helps. We're taking one more lovely big inhale. And exhale. We're going to slowly release those right toes out towards the ground. And we're slowly just going to give ourselves a little bit of a sway from side to side, releasing through the hands, releasing through the feet. Maybe giving ourselves a little bit of a shake through the head. We're going to slowly sway ourselves down towards the ground. So we're slowly out towards the front of the mat, so we're at the back of the mat. We're going to slowly sway ourselves. Feet are going to be hip width apart. Just a bit bigger than hip width apart. They're sides of the mat. And we slowly sway ourselves down in towards our squat. So it depends on what your squat might look like for you. It might be up here if we're struggling with the knees. But if you can, hands come down and we slowly come down towards the ground. It might be that you want to move through the squat. It might be that we bring the heels up. It might be that you use the block and we place the heels onto the block. So wherever's comfortable for you, we're just opening into the hips, coming a little deeply in towards the body. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, we're going to lower ourselves down towards the ground. Bum comes down as the feet come towards the front of the mat. So we're finding that space. Toes come up towards the sky. We're going to take a lovely big inhale as we reach up towards the sky, making sure that our sitting bones are on the ground. As we exhale, we tuck the tummy in towards the spine and we reach towards the front of the room. So the hands come towards the shin, the ankle or the feet. The elbows come wide. Again, if we need to, we're using that strap. We want to find space in the body as we fold forward. It might be that we need to bend the knees, taking the tummy towards the thighs, just like our forward fold. And if we're comfortable here, we take the legs slightly further forward. And slowly throughout our practice, we work in towards our forward fold. Doesn't matter where we come to. We're gazing towards our big toes and we're concentrating on the breath. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. Making sure the shoulders are away from the ears, we take one more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're slowly going to release the strap and we're going to take the left foot to the inside of our right inner thigh. So again, if we've got any issues in towards the knee, we take the block, we place it under the knee. Coming to wherever's comfortable for you, we inhale the hands up towards the sky. Exhaling as we twist and we start to fold forward. So we're reaching towards the toes. We want to find space into the body, so we're reaching forward, but we're not finding ourselves tight. Hands come to the shin, the ankle or the foot. If we can't reach the foot, we use the strap. We're gazing towards that big toe and we're keeping that space between the shoulders and the ears. We're looking to find a stretch around the top of our leggings on the left hand side and then through our hamstring on the right. We take a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly release the strap. We're going to walk the hands back into center. We're going to bring that left knee in. So we're slowly placing that left foot to the outside of the right foot or the right leg. The left hand comes behind us. So we're using this space, we're using the hand to support. We take the right hand up towards the sky as we fill the lungs with breath. Exhaling, we take that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If it doesn't reach, we use it and we hug ourselves in. We take a lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling as we twist and we gaze towards the back of the room. We take another lovely big inhale to find length. Exhaling to twist. One last lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. And then slowly we're going to release out towards the front of the room. Taking the legs back towards the front, giving them a bit of a shake. We're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky, so we're breathing into the heart. Coming back in towards that forward fold, we reach towards the front of the room. Hands come to the shins, the ankle or the feet. Remembering we want to have a space between the shoulders and the ears. Hands come towards the feet, or we're using that strap. Again, we don't want to hold ourselves as tightly as we can. We want to find a release. We want to use our space and hold ourselves, gazing towards those big toes. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale here. And exhale. We're going to slowly release the strap. We walk our hands back in towards us. We're going to take the right foot to the inside of our left inner thigh. So we're slowly taking it towards the inside of the thigh. Again, if the knee is off the ground, we place that block underneath it to give it support, or put a pillow or whatever you have. We're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhaling as we slowly fold forward. Doesn't matter where we come to. If there's any issues in this pose and you're finding it hard to get the foot towards the inner thigh, we take it towards the inner calf. We're looking to open it in towards the hip. So coming to wherever's comfortable for you. And again, if we need to, we take the hands and we use the strap. We want to be looking for a stretch around the side of the hips and towards the hamstring on the left hand leg. Taking a lovely big inhale and exhale. One more lovely big inhale and exhale. Slowly release the strap. We walk our hands back in towards us. We're going to bring that right knee in and we're going to slowly place it on the outside of that left leg. Taking it to wherever's comfortable for you, we take the right hand behind us. Left hand reaches up towards the sky. Exhaling as we take that elbow to the outside of the knee. If we have any issues, we hold onto the knee, we use it for the twist. We take a lovely big inhale. Exhaling as we take the gaze over that right shoulder. Coming to wherever's comfortable for you in the twist, we take another lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. One more lovely big inhale. Exhaling to twist. And then slowly we're going to bring ourselves back in center. We're going to release the legs, just giving them a bit of a shake. We're going to slowly lower ourselves down onto our backs. We're going to come into our inversion. So whichever inversion you want to come into, if you want to, using the strap. So first of all, we're coming down onto our backs. Just going to give ourselves a little bit of a sway from side to side just to release through the back of the body. If you want to, we have two options. We're either going to take the strap around the feet and just laying the legs up towards the sky. If you're next to a wall, then maybe you want to just take the feet up the wall and just give yourself a little bit of relax. The other option that we have is that you can take the block or the book, whichever you have, and just placing it underneath the pelvis, underneath that triangle part of the pelvis, and we lift the legs up. We take the arms out towards the sky, palms face upwards, and we find that release. Wherever you are in your inversion, we want to make sure that we've just got the legs elevated. We let all the goodness, all the blood, all the lymph, all the residual fluid in the body drain all the way back down into our internal organs, in towards our space. We spend all day standing on our feet on gravity, pulling it down towards our feet. So just by lifting the legs up towards the sky, it lets everything drain back down. We're holding here for 3 more lovely deep inhales. And then slowly, if you want to, we're going to slowly bend in towards the knees. We're going to take the toes down towards the ground and we're going to slowly lift that block, place it away. If your legs are up in a strap, we release the strap. We're going to come into a couple of twists. So just slowly bring the knees in towards the chest, giving ourselves a little bit of a rock from side to side. Hands come parallel towards the shoulders into cactus, or we reach out with long arms. We take the legs over towards the right hand side as we gaze long down the left. So we're finding a lovely deep twist into the spine. Any issues into the twist, placing a block under the knees so we don't have strain with the shoulder not touching the ground. We want to find the release through the spine rather than finding it tension and finding it hard to let go. We take one more lovely big inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale, bring ourselves back into center. So again, slowly just swaying the legs from side to side, just massaging the muscles on the back of the pelvis. We're going to take the legs over towards the left-hand side as we gaze long down the right. Thank you for joining me for this evening for the practice, whatever time of day you're watching it. I hope you enjoyed that. Any issues, drop it in the comments, drop me a note. Otherwise, have a lovely day. Thank you.